Tony Beets makes Kevin an offer as he battles equipment woes at Scribner Creek. Over at Scribner Creek, Kevin Beets was feeling the weight of his first season as a mine boss. His expectations had been high at the start of the season, but 9 weeks in, he had yet to mine a single ounce of gold. The rookie mine boss had hoped that by this point in the season, they would already be sluicing paid dirt and seeing results. Instead, he found himself battling equipment failures and frustrating delays that were putting his entire operation at risk. Kevin had set his sights on a new pay zone known as the Lynx Cut, where he hoped to find a rich deposit of gold. His plan was to dig out 3 acres of frozen pay dirt by the end of the week and let the sun thaw it before running it through the wash plant. However, the task was easier said than done. The ground was frozen solid, and Kevin's biggest piece of equipment, the D10 dozer, was out of commission after blowing its transmission a month prior. Without the D10, Kevin's crew had to rely on an excavator with a smaller ripper blade to break up the frozen ground. It was a slow and grueling process that was testing the patience of everyone on site. Kevin's foreman, Brennan Rualt, did his best to keep things moving, but the limitations of the equipment made progress painfully slow. Rock trucks hauled ripped pay dirt to the stockpile, but it was clear that they were falling behind schedule. The delays were eating into their budget, and Kevin was feeling the pressure to deliver results. The frustration on site was palpable as the crew struggled to meet deadlines with outdated equipment and a dwindling piggy bank. Thankfully, help arrived in the form of Kevin's parents, Tony and Minnie Beets. Tony, known as the King of the Klondike, had a reputation for being tough but fair. Kevin leased the ground at Scribner Creek from his father and owed Tony 10% of all the gold he mined as a royalty payment. Unfortunately for Kevin, he was already late on his first payment, and he knew that Tony's visit wasn't just a friendly drop-in. When Tony and Minnie arrived at the site, Kevin braced himself for the conversation that was about to unfold. Tony wasted no time getting to the point. He'll have royalties to pay. That's business. Kids or friends don't matter, you've got to pay, Tony said, making it clear that he expected Kevin to hold up his end of the deal. Tony and Minnie approached Kevin, who greeted them with a mix of relief and apprehension. "Hey, Kevin, do you copy?" Tony asked over the radio. Kevin responded, and soon the family was standing face to face at the mining site. "We've been better," Kevin admitted when asked about the current situation. "We're spending a lot of money day by day, and our piggy bank is dwindling. Hopefully, we get some gold coming in pretty quick." Tony pressed further, wanting to know what was holding them back. Kevin explained that the D10 dozer was still down and that they were in desperate need of a large machine to rip through the frozen ground. "We're in desperate need of a dozer," Kevin said. Recognizing the severity of the situation, Tony made an offer that would change the course of Kevin's season. "All I've got is the D11, Tony said, referring to his massive, $4 million, 115-ton dozer. The D11 was one of the most powerful machines in the Klondike, capable of ripping through even the hardest ground with ease. "You can borrow the D11 for a couple of days," Tony offered. "But make sure it's only Brennan running it. I don't want anyone else on that machine." Kevin was visibly relieved. The loan of the D11 would supercharge their efforts to dig out the Lynx Cut and get the operation back on track. "We really appreciate it." "Thank you," Kevin said, grateful for his father's support. As Tony and Minnie prepared to leave, the mood lightened. Tony, ever the businessman, reminded Kevin of the importance of hitting his targets. "Maybe next time we show up, they'll have some gold," Tony said with a grin. Minnie, always quick with a joke, suggested adjusting the scales to take a bigger cut. "How about we make that 10% into 15%, she teased. Tony chuckled and responded, "I wouldn't do that to my own kid." Then, with a mischievous smile, he added, "Well, maybe I would." Minnie laughed and replied, "That's why I'm in charge of that part." The Beets family drove off, leaving Kevin to focus on turning things around with the help of the powerful D11. The loan of the massive dozer made an immediate impact on the morale of the crew. With Brennan Rualt at the controls, the D11 ripped through the frozen ground with ease, allowing the crew to make faster progress in digging out the link's cut. Despite the boost from the D11, the challenges didn't end there. Kevin had to repair a rock truck, which was just another task to endure in a long list of obstacles. However, the end of the week brought a sense of accomplishment. Brennan returned the D11 after Kevin's D10 was repaired and back in action. The crew had managed to stockpile a giant pile of pay dirt, setting the stage for their first big gold weigh of the season. For Kevin Beets, the experience was a valuable lesson in perseverance and resourcefulness. The pressure of running his own mining operation was immense, but with the support of his family and a little help from a powerful machine, he was finally on the path to success. The Beets family dynamic, a mix of tough love and practical support, highlighted the unique challenges of mining in the Klondike. As the season continued, Kevin remained focused on his goal, to prove himself as a capable mine boss and to deliver the gold his father expected. With the D10 back in action and a pile of pay dirt ready to be sluiced, Kevin was ready to turn things around. The story of Kevin Beets at Scribner Creek was one of determination, family ties, and the relentless pursuit of gold in one of the harshest environments on Earth. Tony Beets' decision to assist his son Kevin at Scribner Creek showcases a layered dynamic between family support and tough love. Despite appearing to prioritize business interests, Tony's actions suggest a deeper desire to help his son succeed on his own terms. The narrative surrounding Tony's assistance highlights his belief in hard work and independence, but it also reveals a father who, at the end of the day, is willing to offer support, just not in a way that makes things too easy. Earlier in the season, Kevin faced a major setback when his D10 dozer broke down, halting his mining progress. Frustrated and desperate, Kevin sought help from his father, only to be turned down. Tony's refusal then wasn't out of cold-heartedness but rather a deliberate choice to teach Kevin resilience. Tony wanted Kevin to find solutions on his own, believing that overcoming challenges independently would make him a stronger mine boss. However, as the season progressed, Tony couldn't ignore Kevin's mounting struggles and the pressure of being late on royalty payments. This time, Tony approached Kevin proactively, offering a solution that would help without undermining the lessons he wanted to impart. Tony's offer to lend his massive D11 dozer, a $4 million machine, was framed as a practical move to ensure royalties would start coming in. But beneath the business rationale was a father's instinct to help his son in a way that wouldn't compromise Kevin's growth as a leader. Tony didn't just hand over the solution on a silver platter. He made it clear that the D11 loan came with conditions. Only Brennan Rualt, Kevin's trusted foreman, was allowed to operate the machine. This stipulation wasn't just about protecting expensive equipment, it was about reinforcing the idea that success requires the right team and responsible leadership. By framing his assistance as a business decision, Tony allowed Kevin to maintain his pride and authority as a mine boss. The last thing Tony wanted was for Kevin to feel like he was being rescued or bailed out. Instead, the offer was positioned as a mutually beneficial arrangement. Kevin would get the equipment he desperately needed, and Tony would see progress toward his royalty payments. This balance allowed Tony to support his son without undermining his independence. Tony's approach reflects his own experiences as a self-made mining legend. He knows that the Klondike is unforgiving and that success comes only to those who are willing to endure hardship and persevere. By lending the D11, Tony gave Kevin the tools to overcome a significant obstacle, but he left the execution and responsibility in Kevin's hands. It was a way of saying, "I'm here to support you, but you have to do the work." Kevin's response to his father's help also shows that he understood the underlying message. He expressed gratitude for the D11 loan but didn't view it as a free pass to success. Instead, he recognized it as an opportunity to turn things around and prove himself. With the D11 in operation and his D10 repaired, Kevin managed to stockpile a significant amount of pay dirt, setting himself up for a potential breakthrough in his first season as a mine boss. Tony's decision to help Kevin is a testament to his dual roles as a father and a businessman. While he wants Kevin to succeed and is willing to offer support, he also wants his son to earn that success through hard work and determination. It's a delicate balance of tough love and practical assistance, a balance that Tony believes will ultimately make Kevin a better miner and leader. In the end, Tony's actions highlight an important lesson: true support doesn't always come in the form of easy solutions. Sometimes, the best way to help someone is to give them the tools and opportunities they need to solve their problems on their own. For Tony, it wasn't just about ensuring his royalty payments, it was about giving Kevin the chance to prove himself while knowing that his father was there to back him up if needed. It's a strategy that reflects both Tony's hard-nosed business mindset and his deep, unspoken love for his family.